In the shadow of an ancient mountain range, a small river wound its way through meadows and woods. She was called Lira. Her waters were clear but shallow, her voice no more than a soft murmur among the rocks. The great rivers downstream often laughed at her. "You'll never see the ocean," they told her. "You don't have the strength. You're just a trickle. Be content to feed the ponds and flowers here." And for a while, Lira believed them. She meandered quietly between the grassy banks, watching dragonflies dance above her and deer drink from her edges. But deep inside, she carried a dream. She wanted to see the ocean, the place she had heard about from the clouds that passed over her. They spoke of endless horizons, salt winds, and waves that sang to the stars. One early spring morning, after days of heavy rain, Lira swelled with more water than she had ever carried. The world shimmered with the scent of new beginnings. It was then she met a traveler, a battered, weather-worn log that had broken loose from a beaver dam far upstream. "Where are you going?" Lira asked as the log bobbed along her curves. "To the ocean," the log replied. "I've seen storms and floods, but the sea, it's like nothing else. You should come." "I can't," Lira whispered. "I'm too small. I'd dry up before I reached it." The log laughed softly. "Small? I was once part of a dam in a pond, so still it forgot it was connected to the world. But when the rains came, I moved. You can too. Strength isn't just in size, it's in the will to keep going." Those words lingered in Lyra's heart long after the log floated out of sight. That night, under the pale light of the moon, she whispered to herself, "I will try." The next day, she began to push forward with new determination. She flowed faster, carving small new channels where rocks blocked her path. When the summer heat came, some parts of her bed grew dry, but she dug deeper into the earth, finding hidden springs to feed her journey. She wound through thick forests where owls blinked at her in the moonlight. She slid past rocky cliffs where mountain goats peered down curiously. But the journey wasn't easy. One autumn, she reached a wide plain where the ground swallowed her into marshland. She spread thin and weak, her voice barely a whisper. The reeds around her murmured, "Turn back. You'll disappear here. This is where small rivers end." Doubt pressed in like the thick fog above her. For days, she hesitated, moving only inches. Then she remembered the log's voice. Strength isn't just in size, it's in the will to keep going. She gathered herself, pooling every drop she could, until she found a narrow gap in the reeds. Slowly, stubbornly, she pushed through. Winter came, and with it, ice. Lira froze in places, unable to move for weeks. But in the frozen stillness she dreamed, not of failure, but of waves and horizons. She knew spring would come, and with it, her chance to flow again. And when the thaw arrived, she was ready. Meltwater from the mountains rushed into her, filling her banks. She surged forward, faster than she had ever moved. One bright morning, after days of weaving through valleys, Lira felt the air change. It grew heavy and fragrant with salt. The land ahead opened wide, and suddenly, there it was, the ocean. It stretched farther than her eyes could see, shimmering under the sun. Waves crashed like drums, gulls cried overhead, and the air tasted alive. Lira rushed into it, her voice no longer a whisper but a song, clear, strong, and joyful. For weeks she mingled with the tides, learning their rhythms and carrying their stories. She met rivers from faraway lands, each with their own tales of storms and sun. And in the company of the great waters, Lira no longer felt small, only part of something vast and beautiful. But she never forgot her meadow, her forests, her mountains. One day she decided to return. Not all of her, just a branch of herself, a thin silver thread that wound back toward her beginnings. When she arrived, the ponds and flowers greeted her with surprise. "Lira, We thought you'd never come back. You look different." "I've seen the ocean," she said, smiling, "and I brought its song with me." From then on, the little river hummed a tune that carried across the meadows. It was the rhythm of waves and the whisper of horizons. The young streams that bubbled up from the hills would follow her to learn the melody, and she would tell them, "You may be small now, but if you keep moving, you can reach places you've only dreamed about." And on quiet nights when the moon rose high and the stars listened closely, the ocean could hear her song, carried back through the winding valleys and over the mountains, a reminder that even the smallest voice can reach the widest world if it refuses to stop. Moral: your size or beginnings do not define your destination. What matters is the will to keep moving, even when the journey is slow and the path uncertain.